cracking. We are in the building. Yup, yup. We in here. Yeah, yeah. Uh, what's good? He said shit getting spicy on X. What you mean? Salute to everybody in here, man. Shout out to Clifton Hicks, Gaucho Merlot, Amanda Harrington, Sam Pierre, and things. Baby King, Irish Goon, Roger Wood, ex Chicago Glacier Gunner, 45 Revolver. Who's all over X now? What you mean? What's up, David? Good now. We in the building. It's cracking. Off the late night. The late night. Get right. Tons of white X influence are going gloves off with the races. They should. Listen, listen, you should. They should. Listen, let me tell you something, man. We used to, how many times, I should wait till more people get in here, but I used to give a poll. Pause. When is the backlash coming? I used to always talk about that. I said, there's got to be a backlash to this shit. Because this whole disparity about black on white crime, we've been talking about that, man. That's all we ever talked about. We used to do the gun memorial game. Yo, we used to have a thing on here. We ain't played it in about a year or so. It's called the gun memorial game. Press 1 if you remember the gun memorial game. Oh shit. Hello? All right. Press 1 if you can remember the gun memorial game. The gun memorial game, man. We used to play that all the time, man. And what we found that the majority of the time a white person was on there, a black person put them on there. The majority of the time a white person was on there, a black person put them on there. So yeah, man, cut it out, man. We've been this backlash, this backlash been long overdue, man. Niggas that shocked because they ain't been on the vanguard of this. Nobody here should be shocked that the backlash. Now you could be shocked that this is the case that caused the backlash. You could be like, oh wow, this one is this is. I thought it would have been this one. I thought it would have been that one. I thought it would have been this one. I thought it would have been that one. You could have been. You could be like that, but no one should be shocked. No one should be shocked about the backlash, the actual lash coming. Okay, no one should be shocked by that. That's that that was coming. All right. Um, it's been a long time coming too. You niggas earned this backlash too. You niggas earned this backlash. You niggas earned this backlash. You niggas earned it. Shout out to 45 Revolver in the building. He says, Team, I'll be sure. We check in the Ock Nation stream night and day. That's right. Shout out to I'll be sure, man. I'll be sure in the building.
Brutal murder of a Ukrainian refugee on the Charlotte, North Carolina mass transit system. Earlier today, authorities announced that the suspect, DeCarlos Brown Jr., is now being charged federally with one count of committing an act causing death on a mass transportation system. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, reacted on X, saying, in part, that the murder is a direct result of, quote, failed soft on crime policies that put criminals before innocent people, before adding that the DOJ will seek the maximum penalty. She'll weigh in on this. Also, the FBI Director, Kash Patel, weighed in saying the attacks like this should never, ever happen in America, and noted that the FBI immediately jumped into action to make clear to violent criminals they will not be allowed to walk free any longer. This has to stop. This is madness. When you look at this guy, it's like a turnstile. You know, no bail, defund, dismantle, reimagine the police. It's insane. President Trump also reacting to the horrific murder in a viral video from the Oval Office that the White House posted earlier today. Look at this.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country.
14 prior arrests. Today, federal charges.
And listen, 14 prior arrests ain't shit. Press 1. 14 prior arrests ain't shit. That's usually what the juveniles have when they finally kill somebody. 14 prior arrests ain't shit. This nigga was a lightweight. This nigga's running around with 50. Daniel Penny, Jordan Neely, the one that got killed by Daniel Penny in the subway in New York, he had 47 arrests. Okay? 14 arrests ain't shit. This nigga was a lightweight. It's niggas running around. It's a gang of niggas running around with 50 arrests. And I mean a gang of them. All right? And then still try to act like police be killing black people. You niggas get arrested all the fucking time, but police is killing black people. I think white people also have been had. White people, there's a sense of we've been had. Because white people are very gullible, right? White people are very gullible. And they went with that shit. They went with the whole Black Lives Matter, black people. What LeBron say? LeBron James said, I can't. What did what did LeBron? Let me pull up that LeBron quote, man. Let me pull up that LeBron James. LeBron James, one of the biggest back stars. Let me pull up his tweet. White people kind of feel like it's kind of like you've been had. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you've been had. When you've been duped. You know what I mean? When you've been duped, when you've been had, when someone's he said something about like we literally being hunted. Yeah, that one. Hunted. Yeah. Like LeBron James. And white people are fucking, gullible. They, what I mean, white people white people don't stay to themselves. They stay to themselves. So they like, oh shit, these niggas being hunted. Oh shit, they believed that shit, and now they're seeing that like it's all bullshit. There's gonna be a natural reaction to when you've been duped, man. Nobody likes being duped, man. Nobody likes being duped, and niggas have duped white people for the last. we, we straight up play white people like a fucking one of them 3-card Monty motherfuckers, like a New York City con man, man. White people believed this shit. Their kids don't go to school with our kids. How would they ever debunk it? Their kids don't go to school with our kids. In these liberal cities, and then in the rural areas where the more conservative white people live, up until like before Biden put all that subsidized housing out in the rural areas, it was mostly white. So they had no idea of the black experience. They had even less idea of the black experience than the liberals in the cities did. So they just believe this shit. LeBron James says he's being hunted. LeBron James said every day, every time we step foot outside the comfort of our homes, can't even go for a damn jog. Remember, you can't go. Remember Ahmaud Arbery? You can't go for a jog. Who remembers that? We can't go for a jog. Yeah, man. Listen. We duped white people, and they're like, and the joke's on them. They got egg all over their face. They got egg all over their face. Okay, white people literally have egg all over their face. So they're upset, man. They lashing out. They literally got egg all. Oh yeah, and don't think we're not gonna cover this case. I know that. Listen, Did you just say, we'll see? I agree, unless some other shit happens while this current story is in the news? I know you didn't just say that. I know you didn't just fucking say that, ex-Chicago glacier glider. Black people kill white people all the time. They just killed a black dude, just set an elderly couple on fire in New York. Today, a black dude just set an elderly couple on fire in New York today. What are you talking about? Black people kill white people all the time.
We begin here at 11 with breaking news on the manhunt for an accused killer who police say torched a Queens home with a couple inside. The NYPD says Jamel McGriff is out on parole and should be considered armed and dangerous.
Jamel McGriff out on parole. What's the over under for arrests for him? How many prior arrests y'all think he got? Jamel McGriff. Let's play a game. How many prior arrests you got? And make sure you everyone hit the like button. Let's remember to hit the like button. Everyone hit the like button. Also, subscribe if you're new. Wherever you're watching, subscribe. I don't care if you're watching on what platform you're watching, subscribe. Follow me or whatever they do. Hit the like button. We're trying to get 10 people to share this on their social media. If we can get 10 people to share this stream on their social media, that'll be phenomenal. And take the $5 to $10 to $20 challenge. Support the channel. Take the $5 to $10 to $20 challenge. Get on the board. Let's get it cracking. Well, how many prior arrests for Jamel? 18, 39. You know what? He an older dude, man. He looked like he did some time in prison. He's on parole. So I think he did a lot. I think he did a stretch in prison, and you can't get arrested when you're in prison. So I'll go with 20, 25. I'll go with 25 prior arrests. I'll go with 25. I'm gonna 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 go with 25.
We begin here at 11 with breaking news on the manhunt for an accused killer who police say torched a Queens home with a couple inside. The NYPD says Jamel McGriff is out on parole and should be considered armed and dangerous. He was last seen in the Bronx today. Ali Bauman has new video showing the moments one of the victims unknowingly let the killer into their home.
The couple had lived here for decades, raised their kids here, and were beloved by neighbors. Their tragic end may have come from trying to help a stranger in need. Investigators are now searching for that suspect, but warn he should be considered armed and dangerous. Surveillance video captures 76-year-old Frank Olton in the orange shirt leave his home in Belrose, Queens Monday morning and pass a man in a black shirt. Minutes later, Olton returns. You can see he lets the man into his backyard just after 10 a.m. 5 hours later, the man in the black shirt walks out. Minutes after that, firefighters are climbing into the burning home. Inside, they found Frank Olton and his 77-year-old wife, Maureen, dead.
Think about it. Think about how this guy, man. His wife's in there chilling. Probably fucking watching Judge Judy and taking her goddamn, medicine, her morning medicine, and just enjoying her prime years. And her idiot husband lets some fucking porch monkey into the house trying to help him. Could you imagine when she looked up and seen her husband walking through the door with fucking Jamel? It was too late. Shout out to my man, Big Larry. Big Larry is in the building. Salute to him, man, coming through. This happened today or yesterday. This nigga killed 2 elderly white people, set them on fire. And you got people like ex-Chicago Glider saying, we'll see if something new happens to while this case. Dog, if this case is in the news for another 2 weeks, like fucking 30 gliders are going to get killed by white people, by niggas. 30 white people going to get killed by niggas in the next 2 weeks. That's the average. What are you talking about, man? Jeez. And if you watched the show earlier, this guy had been walking around the neighborhood. People had noticed that he'd been walking around the neighborhood the last few days. He'd just been walking around casing the neighborhood, knocking on people's doors, asking could he use the phone. No, he said he needed a phone charger, right? He'd been knocking on people's doors asking for a phone charger. And I guess this guy was the only one stupid enough to let him in. And listen, it can happen, man. You can try to be a good person, man. You're trying not to be racist. You want people to know that you're not racist. And that's the most important thing. More important than his wife's safety. You brought a strange man into your house with your wife in there. You could at least ask her. She would have probably been like, I don't know about that, Johnny. Henry, I don't know about that, Henry. You sure? This is the story right here. Let's see if they got the balls to pick this up. That's a good question. That's what I want to know. We need to do a poll on this one, man. We need to do a poll. Pause, man. We need a poll on this one. I don't think whites have the. This is because y'all saying whites is going hard. Somebody said what whites are going hard on social media right now against blacks. I think the whites gonna go hard with the law. I don't think they really gonna go hard in person. I just don't think so. I think where are we at? Where am I going with this? Where am I going with this? Okay, I'm looking for live. Yeah, I'm looking for. I'm gonna put up a poll for this, man. We're gonna see what y'all think about this, man. Do are white people serious? Are they gonna let this couple's life, this elderly white couple, get memory hold, like instantly memory holds? Because this stuff happens all the time. And over the next 2 weeks, let's say this story stays in the news for 2 weeks, 30 white people gonna get killed. Do white people have the bandwidth to keep up with that? Huh? Huh? Do white people because white people don't know how deep this shit is, man. We do here. We do here. We here know that. Hmm? We do here. We know how deep it is. It's deep.
Their home.
The couple had lived here for decades, raised their kids here, and were beloved by neighbors. Their tragic end may have come from trying to help a stranger in need. Investigators are now searching for that suspect, but warn he should be considered armed and dangerous. Surveillance video captures 76-year-old Frank Olton in the orange shirt leave his home in Belrose, Queens Monday morning and pass a man in a black shirt. Minutes later, Olton returns. You can see he lets the man into his backyard just after 10 a.m. 5 hours later, the man in the black shirt walks out. Minutes after that, firefighters are climbing into the burning home. Inside, they found Frank Olton and his 77-year-old wife, Maureen, dead.
Mr. Olton was found in the basement, tied to a pole with multiple stab wounds. Mrs. Olton
Tied him to a pole and stabbed him to death. If this was the other way around, this would be considered a lynching. Tied him to a pole, stabbed him to death, and then set the house on fire. And probably stole like fucking $400 worth of jewelry and some goddamn Social Security checks that he can't cash. I think this is the thing, man. As bad as y'all might think white people are going right now on social media over this white chick because she's very beautiful, Iryna, and we got the video of it. We do have video of this. We don't have video of the murder, but we have video of the lead up. White people, they can't keep up with all this. They can't keep up with it. Niggas what is it? You're 30 times more likely to get attacked by a black man as the opposite, a white person attacking a black person. You're 30 times, and that's probably a low number. That's probably FBI statistics where they only do, you know what I'm saying? That's probably the bogus FBI statistics. It's probably 10 times higher than that.
with multiple stab wounds. Basement, tied to a pole with multiple stab.
7-year-old wife, Maureen, dead.
Mr. Olton was found in the basement, tied to a pole with multiple stab wounds. Mrs. Olton was found on the first floor, severely burned.
The NYPD is searching for 42-year-old Jamel McGriff.
42. I'm gonna say he just did a stretch. He on parole. He came home from doing probably a 10-year stretch. He probably been home for about a year or so. I'm gonna say he got 25. Yeah, I'm gonna say 25 arrests. Yeah, 25 arrests. Prior arrest. I really want to say 20 because he probably did a long stretch. Once, if I knew exactly how long he was in prison for, I'd be fuck, I'll say 25. 25 prior arrests. 25 prior arrests. 25 prior arrests. Everyone hit the like button, man. If you're in here right now and you're on whatever platform you're watching on, hit the like button. And subscribe or follow, whatever it is they take the $5, the $10, the $20 challenge. My man Anthony Madison says, been a while, glad to be back. Salute to you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Lying dog face pony soldier. Salute the lying dog face pony soldier, man. Look at that nigga, man.
Jamel McGriff, whom they say had knocked on a neighbor's door before encountering Olton.
Witnesses state that the suspect claimed that he needed assistance, that his phone battery was dead, and he was asking if he could enter the house to charge his phone. The suspect is denied entry.
Neighbors, they say, wouldn't be surprised if the victim opened his door for a stranger claiming to be in need.
Everybody knew Frank, the guy with the straw hat, that said hi to everybody. That's just who he was. If he would help and can help, he would.
Police say,
Yikes. Damn, Frank. And listen, you can do that. Like, listen, you could do that in my neighborhood before I moved in. Before I moved in, you could do that in my neighborhood. I'm here now, and there's other niggas here now. You can't do that anymore. And the niggas here is cool, but every nigga ain't cool. You can't do that when you can't operate like that around blacks, man. Because we used to living in low trust societies. We used to living in low trust societies, man. And we can operate. See, we can operate well in low trust societies. We know. Guard your shit with your life. If your shit ain't nailed down, somebody gonna try to take it. We know we can operate in that type of setting. So like us being in low trust societies is not like a big deal. White people live in high trust societies when they're homogenous, like this neighborhood is. This is kind of like a homogenous neighborhood. You probably have some Greeks, you know what I'm saying? Some Jews, some Germans, some whites, you know what I mean? American whites. And then along comes Jamel. Along comes Jamel. What's that thing? Along came a spider. Along came a spider, my nigga. Oh, man. Along came a spider. He said he was just an old guy who went out to get the mail or something. Yeah. Encountered some brother who said, man, and this brother's probably good at what he does. This brother's probably good. This brother's probably not like, this brother's probably good. He probably got a good story. He probably got a good story. You know what I mean? He probably got a good little thing like, hey, blase blah. Like, hey, my car's broken down around the corner. My car's broken down around the corner. I need to call my wife to come pick me up so I can get the so she can come and we can call the tow truck or something with his kids or something, something, some sob story. Some sob story that if you tell it to 10 people, 2 will fall for it. Some sob story.
whom they say had knocked on a neighbor's door before encountering Olton.
Witnesses state that the suspect claimed that he needed assistance, that his phone battery was dead, and he was asking if he could enter the house to charge his phone. The suspect is denied entry.
Neighbors, they say, wouldn't be surprised if the victim opened his door for a stranger claiming to be in need.
Everybody knew Frank, the guy with the straw hat, that said hi to everybody. That's just who he was. If he would help and can help, he would.
Police say McGriff is out on parole after serving a 16-year prison sentence for robbery.
I told you. I knew it was over 10 years. So he did 16 years. So he went in, he's on parole, so he went in his mid-20s. He just did 16 years. Think about it, man. He did 16 years. You can't rehabilitate these niggas, man. Rehabilitation. How do you rehabilitate a nigga, man?
Can help, he would.
Police say McGriff is out on parole after serving a 16-year prison sentence for robbery. He's a registered sex offender and is also wanted for 2 armed robberies in Manhattan this summer. He was
This is who these liberals who touting crime is down. Listen, crime is down, and you got a bunch of these niggas walking the streets. This is every liberal city. Crime is down, but you got these ticking time bombs. This nigga's a sex offender. This motherfucker. This motherfucker everything, man. Shit. Crime is down. And listen, you probably got 10,000 niggas like this walking the streets of New York. New York got 10 million people? You got at least 10,000 niggas like this walking the streets of New York. At least. Yo. Yo. In New York City, you got 10,000 of these. Now in DC, you might have oh shit, don't do that, man. I'm about to say you might have 10,000 in DC. Oh shit. It's a lot of these niggas walking around, okay? A lot. Just walking, just milling around. About to crash out and go do the rest of their life in prison. Just like our friend in Charlotte. He had already done, 5 years for armed robbery? This nigga did 16 years for armed robbery. And they come out and they just, no rehabilitation, just. Oh yeah, they gonna say he mentally ill too. You know that. You know they're gonna say he mentally ill too.
And can help, he would.
Police say McGriff is out on parole after serving a 16-year prison sentence for robbery. He's a registered sex offender and is also wanted for 2 armed robberies in Manhattan this summer. He was last seen Tuesday morning trying to pawn 2 cell phones in the Bronx.
If anyone sees Mr. McGriff, please do not approach him and call 911 right away. This individual should be considered armed and dangerous.
The Oltons were parents and grandparents. Police say their son, who is an EMT for the FDNY, was alerted about that fire by their ADT alarm, and he was the one who rushed here and initially called 911. From Belrose, Queens, Allie Bauman, CBS News, New York.
Mm.
We begin with a shocking double murder. The suspect, police say, met his victims on a dating app, denied he's charged with killing them. A third man he met on the app managed to escape. We've reported on the suspect before for wearing a rubber mask while burglarizing homes. Fox 11's Laura Diaz live in the Inglewood neighborhood where the suspect used to live. Laura.
Yes, Susan, shock is spreading through this quiet Inglewood neighborhood, as you just reported. What we heard today from prosecutors, they allege that a man who lived in this neighborhood used a dating app to lure his victims and then murdered them. That's what the prosecutor's office is saying. Now, as you can imagine, when people here heard the story, they were really outraged. Let's listen.
We had no idea. It was just a really quiet neighborhood. Never suspected something like that so close to home, literally across the street.
Does it make you nervous?
A little bit.
The suspect was seen here right after his arrest for a series of burglaries. That was in the city of Beverly Hills as well as in L.A. And as you referenced at the top there, Susan, he often wore a mask over his face. That's what prosecutors said. And that's why he was hard to detect initially. Now, we're talking about 34-year-old suspect Rakeem Prowl. Prosecutors charging him with the murder of two men. In 2023, Robert Gutierrez, he met the suspect, according to authorities. His family reported him missing. His body has not been found. And also 2 years before that, Miguel Angel King. Now, Prowl is accused of shooting him dead and then stealing his vehicle. King's remains were found later in the Angeles National Forest. The authorities say that they have strong forensic evidence that they obtained. And again, looking at video that was shot here in Inglewood as people started to hear the story of what authorities are alleging. Now, earlier at 8 o'clock, we told you that we talked to a neighbor who was awakened very early on Friday. He said that he heard a helicopter. It came so low that he thought he could actually see the face of the pilot. That's how low it was flying. Now, he said that authorities were in the quiet neighborhood for about 5 hours. Multiple vehicles, as they poured over that one address, went inside. He said he never saw anybody led away in handcuffs. He didn't even see them carry out boxes, but he did say that they maintained themselves on the premises. Now, as you know, the suspect was in court earlier today in downtown Los Angeles. Our cameras were there, but they were not allowed to photograph the suspect. As far as the formal arraignment, that has been pushed to next month, October 16th. But again, authorities seemingly very proud of themselves today, as they said a series of cold cases where they drew the lines together and came up with this one larger case. But this person is alleged to have murdered two men and attempted murder of a third, but somehow that victim, the alleged victim, was able to get away, and I'm sure will tell a harrowing story one day, but so far not hearing from that last victim. But that is the latest here from Inglewood. Sending
Yo, niggas are committing so much crime around here, man. It's unbelievable, man.
It was a murder streamlined on social media in 2022.
And now jury selection is underway in the murder trial of Earl Lee Johnson. Johnson is accused of killing Janice David. Investigators say he tied her to a car steering wheel and stabbed her multiple times before setting that car on fire. News 2's David Hamilton outside the courthouse in downtown Baton Rouge.
What they say? What's her name? Janice David?
It was a murder streamlined on social media in 2022.
And now jury selection is underway in the murder trial of Earl Lee Johnson. Johnson is accused of killing Janice David. Investigators say he tied her to a car steering wheel and stabbed her multiple times before setting that car on fire. News 2's David Hamilton outside the courthouse in downtown Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Michael, Sylvia, this case was shocking for even the most hardened investigators, and the crime was seen live by dozens over on social media. Accused killer Earl Lee Johnson faces life in prison for a murder streamed live on social media.
Apparently, they were involved in some drug usage together for a couple of days, and as end result, as everyone has seen on Facebook Live.
Who wants to see a picture of Janice David? Press 1 if you want to see a picture of Janice David, man. Press 1 if you want to see a picture of Janice David, man. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man, Baby King, man. Says, late on the rent challenge. Salute. Shout out to Baby King. Late on the rent challenge. That's right, man. Listen, we kill white people like it's going out of style. We kill white people like it's going out of style, man. That's the thing about this. This is how we're going to flip it. I know y'all say the backlash is here. I think the backlash is here. But what we're going to flip it is we're going to kill so many white people during this, 2 weeks? Because you know the shit don't last forever. Remember Black Fatigue? Black Fatigue lasted about 2 weeks, right? I think that was like 3 months ago, Black Fatigue, whatever. I don't know, can't remember how. We're going to kill so many white people while this Iryna Zarutska case is in the news that it's just going to overwhelm it, and they're not going to be able to keep up, and it's going to desensitize people to it. We're going to literally desensitize people. Shout out to my man, Baby King. He says, this all we got. All that I got is you. And I'm so thankful we made it through. Listen. And the police chief tried to say, well, she was using drugs. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what she get for using drugs. Yeah, this nigga right here.
It was a murder streamlined on social media in 2022.
And now jury selection is underway in the murder trial of Earl Lee Johnson. Johnson is accused of killing Janice David. Investigators say he tied her to a car steering wheel and stabbed her multiple times before setting that car on fire. News 2's David Hamilton outside the courthouse in downtown Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Michael, Sylvia, this case was shocking for even the most hardened investigators, and the crime was seen live by dozens over on social media. Accused killer Earl Lee Johnson faces life in prison for a murder streamed live on social media.
Apparently, they were involved in some drug usage together for a couple of days, and as end result, as you everyone has seen on Facebook Live, is very gruesome, very, very evil act.
In 2022, a grand jury indicted Johnson for the murder of Janice David. Officials say the pair had been on a 3 to 4 day drug binge when she was killed on a Facebook live stream viewed by over 100 people.
Whether they're afraid, I just don't know. But you would think that somebody would have said something.
Investigators say she was.
Not if it was a bunch of niggas on there. Not if it was a bunch of niggas watching. 102. Not if it was 127 niggas watching. They ain't gonna say shit. We different, man.
Indicted Johnson for the murder of Janice David. Officials say the pair had been on a 3 to 4 day drug binge when she was killed on a Facebook live stream viewed by over 100 people.
Whether they're afraid, I just don't know. But you would think that somebody would have said something.
Investigators say she was tied to the car's steering wheel and repeatedly stabbed. The live video was over 15 minutes.
He beat her and he stabbed her. And then from there, he tried to set the car on fire.
An autopsy determined she died from smoke inhalation.
Knows a minute may have made a difference, or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. So, but it's 30 seconds for that matter. But yeah, it's kind of disheartening.
Officials already had Johnson in custody for stealing a car the same night when they were notified through Facebook of the video.
Saw the video, notified Facebook. Facebook then notified State Police. State Police notified EBR. EBR conducted their investigation. They found the vehicle with the deceased inside the vehicle.
Davis' friends just wish someone would have spoke up back then during the killing.
If somebody would have took the time to call 911 instead of commenting on it like it was fake, it was real.
Now, jury selection is set to take place back here at the 19 JDC around 9:15 a.m. Reporting from in front of the 19 JDC, David Hamilton, WBRZ.
Niggas are awful, man. Niggas are awful. Yo, niggas are awful. I think white people don't understand how awful niggas are.
We want to welcome you into the news at 5 o'clock. And tonight, Douglas County families, they are fighting in a courthouse after the judge denied bond for a man accused of raping multiple women over the last decade and a half.
Deputies escorted the defendant's family and several victims out of the courthouse and the parking lot this afternoon as they tried to maintain order inside.
That's right. 11 Alive's Grace King is joining us live from that courthouse tonight.
Grace, like, look, I don't understand you people. I don't understand you people. Shout out to Baby King. Baby King says, come on, y'all. Forget about them bills. Get that shit up. Yeah, man, take the $5, $10, $20 challenge, whatever. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Oh. Yo. This dude on trial for rape, if I heard it correctly. He's on trial for rape. So his family's there, and then the families of some of his victims are there. And his family is getting into it with the victims' families. Is that what I heard? Is that what I heard? Or did I hear something different?
We want to welcome you into the news at 5 o'clock. And tonight, Douglas County families, they are fighting in a courthouse after the judge denied bond for a man accused of raping multiple women over the...
So they mad that they denied bond. His family mad that he was denied bond for raping multiple women. So they tried to fight the families of the women. We like to use the word ghetto. We gotta stop doing that, man. Niggas are evil, man. Cause ghetto is kind of like a cute word. Ghetto's kind of cute. It's like, oh, ghetto, you so ghetto. You so ghetto. It's like a cute, fun word. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even really, because of the way black people have like mainstreamed ghetto, it doesn't even have negative connotations. Ghetto doesn't even have negative connotations in the lexicon. Niggas are evil.
last decade and a half.
Deputies escorted the defendant's family and several victims out of the courthouse and the parking lot this afternoon as they tried to maintain order inside.
That's right. 11 Alive's Grace King is joining us live from that courthouse tonight. So, Grace, We know you saw a lot of emotions on both sides here, but how did the judge make her decision today?
Well, Judge Warren says she was not only concerned by the number of alleged victims, but also by the number of alleged incidents. And at separate times this happened between 2012 and 2024. She says that heavily influenced her decision to deny bond.
This is the state of Georgia versus Bobby Lee Hart Jr.
In court, the state presented its case against Bobby Lee Hart Jr., with 4 warrants detailing at least 4 rapes from 2012 to 2020.
So this nigga has a legion of family members there to support him. Jesus Christ.
In court, the state presented its case against Bobby Lee Hart Jr., with 4 warrants detailing at least 4 rapes from 2012 to 2024.
The victims in those cases range in age and race, and the defendant used various aliases when meeting and interacting and ultimately assaulting these victims.
Prosecutors fear those cases are just the start of their investigation.
More victims have come forward since the defendant's initial arrest that is separate from those 10 that I just mentioned. And an active investigation is going on into those cases as well.
Hart's attorneys denied all of those allegations Monday as they asked for a $75,000 bond, describing Hart as a truck driver and family man with extensive ties to Douglas County.
Mr. Hart does not pose a significant risk of danger to the person or property in the Douglas County community or any community.
But ultimately, Judge Warren felt Hart would pose a danger outside of the Douglas County jail and denied his bond on the spot.
The allegation is extremely serious, and because of that, and with the information that's reported before the court today, I do find that Mr. Hart is a danger to the community, and so I will deny his bond.
And he too old to be my son. He can't be my son because he's too old. But if he was younger, he could be my son. So I would let him free. Thank you. But nah, let's give his sister a round of applause, man. Let's give his sister a round of applause for keeping this goddamn fiend out of the streets, man. We got to give his sister a round of applause, man. Salute to this sister, man.
His bond on the spot.
The allegation is extremely serious, and because of that, and with the information that's reported before the court today, I do find that Mr. Hart is a danger to the community, and so I will deny his bond.
Now, right after that decision, Hart's wife told her husband that he was going to be okay in violation of courtroom rules. She was then escorted outside the courtroom where tensions started rising in the elevator. We heard shouting, spitting, and shoving before court deputies broke it up and took everyone outside. Live in Douglas County, Grace King, 11 Alive News.
All right, Grace, thank you.
We're learning more about the mother killed in a shooting at an indoor theme park. The shooting in North Richland Hills this weekend left a 21-year-old woman dead. An 18-year-old is now charged with murder. The victim's family says she and her son were at a venue for a birthday party. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke to the woman's grandmother. Peyton.
Stephen, we just wrapped up that interview late this evening. I'm told 21-year-old Deshayla Jones of Dallas took her 4-year-old son to a child's birthday party at Malibu Jack's in North Richland Hills. Later that evening, a deadly shooting took place in the parking lot. Deshayla Jones's family tells me her 4-year-old son witnessed the traumatic chain of events. The priority right now for this Dallas family, the future of this little boy.
And this is her son, Princeton Coleman.
The 4-year-old's family tells Fox 4 he witnessed his mother, 21-year-old Deshayla Jones, being shot and killed.
I have to tell him that Mama's not going to come back to us anymore. And I don't think that's right for them to do her like that, because she was a good girl.
Marilyn Seipert says her granddaughter, Deshayla, took her son to Malibu Jack's, an indoor theme park in North Richland Hills, Saturday evening for a children's birthday party. Police say
they're probably, listen, if it wasn't wasn't for niggas, this place could have been open for 1,000 years and there would have never been a shooting there. You can have society or you can have niggas. You can't have both. You can't have both.
Party. Police say just after midnight, a fight broke out inside the entertainment venue. The altercation escalated and spilled outside. 18-year-old Ty Christian Reed of Fort Worth is accused of pulling out a gun and opening fire in the parking lot. A 23-year-old man was struck and survived. However, Deshayla Jones was pronounced dead on scene. Seipert rushed to get Princeton.
He said, Mama was laying there. She said, I went up there. He said, I went up there to her, and she wasn't talking.
Other children were in.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Rushed to get Princeton.
He said, Mama was laying there. She said, I went up there. He said, I went up there to her, and she wasn't talking.
Other children were inside Malibu Jack's as Reed continued to be violent, according to investigators. 2 uniformed off-duty North Richland Hills police were working security at the time and ran outside to help. Police say Reed then fired shots at one of the officers. An officer returned fire, but didn't hit Reed. The 18-year-old suspect was later arrested in a neighboring city. On him, police believe was the murder weapon. It's still unclear what the altercation was about, and officers have still not been able to identify a connection between the suspect and the victims. Jones's family says they do not recognize Reed, and it's unclear if Reed was a guest at the birthday party. Seipert struggling to gather the strength, leaning on her family with the devastating loss still fresh.
It is really hard what they did, take my baby away from me and took his mama.
Reed remains in the Tarrant County Jail this evening. He's facing a long list of charges, 9 charges, including murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated assault against a public servant, and also child endangerment charges because other children were present. Now, 2 other people were arrested alongside Reed. However, Reed is the only one facing a murder charge. The other 2 had.
Yo, we'll never get to the main event if I keep going through all the shit niggas have done just the last day. If I keep going through all the shit the niggas done in just the last day. You niggas are animals. My God, you niggas are animals. You niggas are animals. How many niggas is... Jesus Christ. You niggas are animals. I ain't even gonna hold you, man. You niggas are animals.
We're following through on a shooting in Cleveland over the weekend that left 6 people hospitalized. It happened in the Flats hours after the Browns season opener. News 5's Remy Murray spoke with business owners there tonight with differing opinions about what should happen now.
Following Sunday's shooting in the Flats, one local business owner tells me he's concerned the problem could get worse if it's not addressed.
I just think word of mouth, it's like, what else is there to do? You know, this is the place to be. So it's going to keep getting more and more people.
Just up the hill overlooking the flats is Greenlight Tattoos and Art Gallery, which Marcus Miller says first opened in 2022. Since then, Miller says a lot has changed, including the people who visit and now cause trouble.
It's been quite a few things here and there, to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter where you are, anything can happen anywhere.
So Miller is calling for more.
What's changed, man? What's changed? And everyone hit the like button, man. Yo, niggas are god awful, man. Fuck. You niggas are god awful. Y'all are wretches. You niggas are wretches. So it's the poll, will this story of the Sun Thug setting an elderly couple on fire in New York City go viral? 78% of y'all said no. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go viral. This Sun man setting this elderly couple on fire. I don't think that'll go. Yeah, I agree with the poll, yeah. Yo, you niggas are awful, okay? I don't want to sugarcoat it for y'all, man. You niggas are fucking awful. Listen to this guy. Listen to the coded language he's speaking in. He's speaking in coded languages. This is in a nice part of Cleveland. This ain't down. This ain't the hood. This is down like where they've gentrified it and fixed it up.
First opened in 2022. Since then, Miller says a lot has changed, including the people who visit and now cause trouble.
It's been quite a few things here and there, to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter where you are, anything can happen anywhere.
So Miller is calling for more police to patrol the area, especially on the busier nights.
I know after like 2 o'clock, certain crowds disappear and then other crowds start coming around.
Are we saying 2 a.m.?
2 a.m. Other crowds disappear and then certain crowds disappear and then other crowds start coming around. After like 2 o'clock, certain crowds disappear and then other crowds start coming around. After like 2 o'clock, certain crowds disappear and then other crowds start coming around.
Are we saying 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
During Monday's press conference, questions on how the city could have addressed overcrowding came up as we learned more about Sunday's shooting in the flats that left 6 people injured, including a suspected gunman.
One thing I will tell you this. I will say this. When you got a crowd of black people, niggas don't mind firing randomly into a crowd of black people. As much as we talk about, because a lot of this show is about the black on white crime epidemic, right? And that is. And this is, I'm not taking away from it. But niggas, look at all these black people sitting here. They got the Cleveland Browns gear on. They're hanging out. And some nigga just fires randomly into the crowd. He don't know if he's going to hit. He doesn't know who he's going to hit. He just doesn't care. And that's very common. So while white people, yes, we give y'all the blues. But you don't hear a lot of of black guys firing randomly into crowds of white people. Hey, it's a bunch of white people somewhere and some niggas just roll up and fire into the crowd. We mostly do that to each other. Where the nigga doesn't really care who he hits. Like, you just firing into the crowd.
Sunday's shooting in the flats that left 6 people injured, including a suspected gunman. Chief Annie Todd did not give a clear answer on how the department plans to solve this problem besides
Chief Annie Todd. Yikes.
evaluating their staff for certain events. But this is what she had to say about boarding up Play Bar and Grill, where authorities say Cleveland Fire had been dispatched due to overcrowding.
We know that the high concentration of what happened was around this establishment. So the decision was made to close down the bar to reevaluate public safety.
Meanwhile, managing partner of Play Bar and Grill, David Hill, continues to call the move unfair and racially motivated, especially since police said it was unclear if the shooters were ever inside the bar.
I've never.
Yes, the niggas crying racism because they boarded up as a building. The niggas crying racism. Yo. You niggas are awful, man. Just terrible. This is the last story I'm gonna do on this, man, because I gotta get back to the main event, man. This is the last story I'm gonna do on this.
Safety.
Meanwhile, managing partner of Play Bar and Grill, David Hill, continues to call the move unfair and racially motivated, especially since police said it was unclear if the shooters were ever inside the bar.
I've never seen anything like this in like the history of Cleveland, where you can just board up a place, publicly embarrass and lie on the business and blame us for things that are simply completely untrue.
As the investigation continues, Miller isn't sure if anything can be done to address overcrowding, but he's hopeful.
You just got to be aware of your surroundings and hope for the best.
News 5 has multiple calls and emails out to city leaders and the police department to understand how they plan to control the crowds and also for any updates on Play Bar and Grill. For News 5, I'm Remy Murray reporting.
Jeez, y'all are awful, man. Hold on, this last one.
I'm like, this is how people die.
She felt safe running until
He came up from behind me, grabbed my shoulders, put his hands around my neck.
Now her story has.
This better not be one of y'all, man. This better not be one of y'all, man. This ain't a son, is it, y'all? This ain't a son, man, is it? Cleveland tough to get away from, man. I said I wasn't gonna do another story on Cleveland, but I had to see this one, man. Cleveland, that's a sun city, boy. Yeah, the music makes you think it's a glider. Yeah, that's true though. Yeah, like they treating it like it's a mystery. Yeah, it ain't. Yeah, they would play hip hop music if it was a sun.
I'm like, this is how people die.
She felt safe running until
He came up from behind me, grabbed my shoulders, put his hands around my neck.
Now her story has many on edge.
I will run there again. I will. Not alone. Not for a while.
She tried to act like she was tough. I will run there again. Not alone. Not for a while.
Story has many on edge.
I will run there again. I will. Not alone. Not for a while.
Thankfully, she and other runners don't have to.
Fanny shared her terrifying story with us last night at 6 o'clock, so bravely opening up with our Nadine Abusada about that attack on her. Happened when she was out on a run in the Rocky River Reservation.
Well, tonight, Nadine is following through with the support available for those who might be scared to run alone. A warning here, parts of the story could be disturbing.
Where are you?
The emergency.
I don't know. I was just strangled.
Where are you at?
Rocky River Reservation.
This was the 911 call right after 24-year-old Vani Shukla says she was attacked.
She might run. And yeah, he came from behind me and came right there around my neck. And it shot me to the ground.
Are you running?
I'm trying to get out of here.
Her story is shaking the Cleveland running community, including the clubs she's a part of, like Ready, Set, Run Cleveland.
It's devastating because unfortunately, this isn't the first time hearing of something like this happening.
Roger Davis co-founded the group with a mission to protect runners.
We meet in the mornings and we meet out of the coffee shop, Ready Set Coffee Roasters in Gordon Square.
Stories like Vani's,
She was what?
Bigger and stronger than me.
reinforce that mission.
He was bigger and stronger than any other descriptors, man. Now I'm starting to get worried. Man. Press 1. I'm starting to get worried. Is there any other descriptors, man?
We meet in the mornings and we meet out of the coffee shop, Ready Set Coffee Roasters in Gordon Square.
Stories like Vani's,
She was what?
Bigger and stronger than me.
reinforce that mission.
It really zeroes in that it's very, very imperative that no matter who you are, that women are always protected and safe in these spaces.
Meanwhile, a local group called the Good Work Gang
Anything can happen, but you never think it's going to happen to somebody you know.
is taking their action a step further with
If you just don't want to run alone, you can just come out here and, with the buddy system.
the Buddy System. All you have to do is reach out on their social media and they'll get you a running buddy.
We meet up here in the evening time, and then we do like however many miles you want to do.
Both groups recommend runners always go with a friend or group, run during daylight hours in popular areas, and share your live location.
I have your location, okay?
Oh my God.
They remind everyone, while running may feel like a solo sport, there's a community big enough to make sure you never have to do it alone.
It's a whole lot better when you got like a lot of people behind you to help push you.
Reporting in Cleveland, Nadine Abusada.
Yeah, man. Yo. You niggas are awful. I can't even move on. That's how awful y'all are. I can't even move on from this shit. Look at these niggas.
Wow. Well, Cleveland police rarely chase, but the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Downtown Safety Patrol does, and it's had deadly results.
News 5 investigator Tara Morgan's been following through on this for the last year, speaking with family members of those killed in some of those pursuits. She's been digging into the history of the deputies involved and speaking with county leaders calling for change.
And now more people are calling for reform. Tara joins us now live outside Cuyahoga County Council tonight.
Yeah, the families of two women killed in separate deputy chases stood right here on this street corner calling for the immediate moratorium on deputy chases and for the downtown safety.
All these big bitches walking up. Yo, they all big. Every last one of them big.
Families of two women killed in separate deputy chases stood right here on this street corner calling for the immediate moratorium on deputy chases and for the downtown safety patrol to be disbanded. And then they went straight up to council to let them know their demands. But it started here on the street as they held pictures of their loved ones. Tamaya Westmoreland was killed in March when a deputy from the downtown safety patrol chased a driver to I-90 and Eddy Road. The pullover in that case started with window tint. Then 5 months later, the same deputy chased another driver with no headlights on and believed to be drunk. That chase killed Sharday Elder. They want to know why the deputy was able to stay on the road after the first death. The family wants the chases to stop until there's a review of policy and procedure and reform implemented. And for the first time, we heard from the oldest daughter of Tamaya Westmoreland.
Now, I listen. My heart goes out to these people that lost family members and this stuff. But why they not mad at the fucking niggas that keep running from the police? It seemed like it would be more. The outrage should be at the niggas that are breaking the law and then not stopping when the police try to pull them over, rather than the police for chasing the niggas.
That is sick that you didn't even think to either slow down or call the chase off. The officer or the supervisor, they both need to be held accountable.
And I am told one of the Downtown Safety Patrol members did speak at the council meeting. We hope to get more information on what he said. Black Lives Matter Cleveland and the attorney for both women, they want a meeting with the sheriff, but they don't have high hopes or expectations, and they don't have faith in the department. And I filed more than a dozen stories about the Downtown Safety Patrol, and the sheriff has yet to sit down with me.
Oh, shut your ass up.
I'm like, this is how people.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
First at 5 on your news leader, Memphis.
Yo, listen, man. This is the last one. This is the last story before we get back to what's going on online about, Chicago National Guard and about Iryna Zarutska. This is the last story, I promise y'all, man. Niggas are so awful. Like, yo, niggas are so awful in one day. One day of nigga activity, not even coast to coast, just like what we did Cleveland, we did Houston, and we did New York, and now Memphis. Just little spots. You just take like 4 darts and throw it at the map, and whatever niggas are doing in those 4 places is like enough for a year worth of violence, like in any other community.
First at 5 on your news leader, Memphis police have released photos of 2 people allegedly responsible for shooting 4 children in a Hickory Hill neighborhood. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Greg is off tonight. That shooting happened just before 10 last night, injuring a 15-year-old boy, a 15-year-old girl, as well as a 3-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy. WRAG's Shay Arthur is live in the medical district tonight. And Shay, how are those children doing tonight?
Oh, Stephanie, such a horrible situation to tell you about tonight. But tonight we can tell you those 2 teenagers remain here in the hospital in critical condition. Those other children that were injured, they're also in the hospital as well. The neighborhood where that shooting happened, of course, as you can imagine, left rattled by this violence. We were there as Memphis police crime scene vans made their way through a Hickory Hill neighborhood early Monday morning. Detectives working overnight, fanning out, searching for evidence off Rosewind Circle after a shooting left a 15-year-old girl, 15-year-old boy, 6-year-old boy, and 3-year-old little girl injured. Back at the scene today, this is what we saw. Yellow circles mark the multiple spots bullets pierced through the home's exterior and blew through parts of a window. A neighbor who didn't feel comfortable being on camera tells us she heard about 7 shots.
Oh, they was loud, like boom, 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 like real loud. I had went to the ground because it was so loud and so it sounded so close. Everybody got on the ground.
This is who investigators say is responsible for the violence. A camera at the targeted home captured these 2 masked men, dressed in all black, shooting directly into the house.
They don't care about nobody but they still.
So far, detectives have not told us why this home might have been singled out, but neighbors hope they get answers soon.
I hope people, make it a better community because, especially because I move. I don't want nobody, shooting up our house and none of that. Because he could have, bullets go anywhere. So you really never know.
really scary situation there. And stuff we just learned a short time ago, that 6-year-old little boy who was injured has since been released from the hospital. The 3-year-old remains in non-critical condition. If you know anything, call Crime Stoppers 901-528-CASH. For your news leader, we're live in the medical district tonight. Shay Arthur, WREG News Channel 3.
All right. Hopefully police will find out something soon. Thank you, Shay.
Man. Damn. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. Damn. Had a wild ass dream. God damn. I'm sorry about that, guys. Had a wild ass dream. Mm. Um, who's being racist, guys? Who's being racist? Who's being racist? Yeah, I dreamed that I was like in Canada or somewhere. I don't know where the fuck I was at. Somewhere, and I was hanging out with these dudes, right? I was hanging out with these, it was another country and shit, but they was niggas. And I was hanging out with the niggas, right? And I was hanging out with one nigga. He was kind of like, like a roughneck dude, like, like a thug or whatever. We was going around and shit, right? Their little downtown district, hanging out and shit. And there was another nigga who sold clothes. So I ended up losing the nigga who was the thug nigga and started hanging out with the nigga that sold clothes. So then we, and he was trying to sell some. He had stole some clothes and he was trying to sell them. And we ended up in a bar and grill type place, like a place where you watch games and shit. And then I ended up there with him, and then he went down. I went upstairs and shit, and it was some niggas up there that I got into it with, and we had words, and they started approaching me, and I pulled out my knife, and I backed up and shit, and I picked up a chair, and I was holding them off with a chair while I had my knife in my other hand. And then when we got outside, there was a lot of different people outside, different groups and shit, doing what I did. And I swung at the dude with the knife. And you know how in your dream you can't swing decisively? Who got that problem? In your dream, you can't swing decisively. Or you can't punch as hard as you want in your dream. So when I swung the knife, it didn't go hard. It didn't affect the guy. And another one of their guys in their crew came up behind me and was about to stab me in my back, and that's when I woke up. I swear to God, man. That shit was crazy, man. I swear to God, man, that's what just happened, man. And before that, it was some broads. I was with some broads, and the broads was like I was laying in the bed, and there was a bunch of broads in the bed with me, and they was all sexy as hell. That was the first part of the dream that I didn't, but that's how I ended up. We was at like a house party, and a bunch of broads was laying on the bed with me, and that's how I ended up meeting the dudes because they was at the house party too. But yeah, it was crazy, man. Almost I couldn't swing the knife like I wanted to, man. The dudes chased, they ran me out of the little bar and grill, man. I got ran out of a bar and grill in my dream, man. I literally just got ran out of a bar and grill in my dream, dog, by some niggas, man. Cause I couldn't swing my knife hard enough. And in my dream, I didn't think about no mace. I didn't think about mace until I woke up. In my dream, I couldn't I couldn't think about mace or gun or nothing. A gun, nothing. I was stuck with a knife, man. That was the only thing I could think about in my dream. I couldn't give myself a gun. I couldn't give myself no mace. I was just thinking about knife and shit for some reason. Maybe because of this story. Did they ask me to leave? Nah, it wasn't. It was just words. It was words. Like they was with like this dude was throwing purple confetti in the air, and I was like, "Yo, can we have no more like? So you stop throwing purple shit in the air because it's getting on us over here." And then that was just set it off. And it was ripping up little paper and little. He was ripping paper up into little pieces and throwing it up in the air, like making homemade confetti in the bar. And I said something, and then it got to cracking off of that. He said, "Nah, I never dreamed about a Bigfoot encounter. That'd be terrifying, man." But I woke up right when the dude was about to stab me in the back, though. I ain't gonna lie. The dude from their clique, because that dude from their clique had a knife, too. That shit was crazy, man. That was a crazy shit. Watching all this nigga stuff make you go crazy, man. Let me hit the like button, man. I mean, let me drop the link, man. Let me have y'all come up here, man. Let me drop the link, man. Damn, crazy. Yeah, man. It started off good though. Somehow I was just laying on the bed. It's probably something happened before that I can't remember, but I was laying on the bed. It was a bunch of sexy broads just all around me. And it was like about to be an orgy. And then it switched into not an orgy, but like just like a party type vibe where I'm just laying back and shit. And then it switched to more like a dorm type vibe. And then I ended up rolling out with the dudes and shit going out on the town. And then one thing led to another, and I ended up at the bar and grill and got into that shit. That shit was crazy, man. Yeah, man. I ain't even tired, man. I don't know why I fell asleep that quick, man. I think I needed to have that dream. Maybe I needed to have that dream, man. Maybe I needed to have that dream. I was looking through today and it was like, why do we dream? It was a video that said, why do we dream? But I didn't watch I didn't watch that dream, man. I didn't watch that video, man. Yeah, so who's being racist, man? Who's being racist? He said I was nah, I wasn't laying on the bed with Whoopi Goldberg, man. I was laying on the bed with some IG models, man. I was just about to get lucky, man, when the scene shifted. It was like a Canada. It was like I was in Canada or someplace like Canada or Europe, but it was a lot of niggas there. I can't even remember where the fuck I was. Sons can't be racist. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. I'm glad that dream's over with. That dream could have went on and on, man. Who's being racist though? Because I know y'all said somebody being racist. It says there's a war against whites. The blame lies with a system that allows violent criminals to roam free while innocents pay the price. If Iryna were black and her killer white, the media would be in an uproar. But since she's white, they stay silent. The most chilling part, you won't see protests for her like the ones there are for criminal Floyd. But here's the thing, though. This is the thing about that, though. And everybody hit the like button, subscribe, support the channel, PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. You need 10 people to share this tonight. This is the thing. The reason there were protests for Floyd is because white people protested. Press 1. White people, white liberals, and their black, surrogates organized protests, and they protested. It wasn't like, like a weather event. They got out there and protested. These conservatives could protest too. Like it ain't nothing stopping them from protesting. They act like there's something stopping them from protesting. Now, do I think they should protest for this? No. But if they wanted to protest, like there's nothing stopping them. There's nothing stopping white people from getting out and protesting for Iryna Zarutska. Nothing. Came here for a safer life, was taken by a thug that should have been in prison. Yeah, they using that thug word pretty liberally, man. White people used to be scared to use that word. White people used to be scared to use that word. Said it would be called a KKK. Yeah, but okay, so they're still worried about what people call them. They're still worried about being called names then. Salute to my man Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Shout out to Deluxe. Salute to my man Barry B. Barry B is in the building. Barry B coming through once again. Shout out to Barry B. So what? Who cares what it would be called? Who cares what it would be called? Y'all ain't supposed to care what it be called. What's up, man?
Man, what it do, Ock?
Ain't nothing, man. I got chased out of a bar and grill in my dream, man. It's been a rough night.
Oh, hey, well, I'm glad you're back here with us, man. I was like, oh, I can't sleep. I mean, I know you've been putting in work. I know you've been putting Black Columbo Black Columbo been on the case morning and night. we can't
Yeah.
have we can't have you in dreams, man. We can't have you get lost in your
Yeah,
dreams.
they don't understand. I got 2 channels, man. I got to make videos for the Caitlin Clark shit, and I got to do this. And then I'm a parent, so
I
it's a
know,
lot, man.
I know. I believe you. I
But
believe you. That's
go
why.
ahead, man. You should have been there,
I,
man. You should have helped me out, man, in the fucking dream, man. Should have went to sleep. You should have went to sleep and helped me out, man.
oh, yikes, man! I don't know, man. We be both getting our ass kicked in that dream. Oh
But
my
yeah.
god. Yeah, man. But I'll be just over here just completely ashamed. You see how the glider woman is with her face, with her hands on her face like that. That's how I've just been feeling just shamed of the community.
Yeah, it ain't not gonna stop. Here's the thing:
No.
a normal community would be like, "Oh shit, we on everybody's radar. They got the National Guard coming to our cities. The motherfuckers, we've been exposed for all the shit we doing. Let's
Right.
all take a step back and chill." Niggas
But
can't do that.
but see, because I've kind of been, and I don't even want to share my opinion just because I just don't. I almost feel like it's not my place. But it's like I listen to, I'll be in these little groups where it's just uh, Sunnyvale spaces, and people are trying to bring it in and say, hey, these white people are getting upset about the crime being committed by blacks, and here they go pulling out any chat GPT or whatever the hell and saying, oh, well, it says right here 57% of murders are done by white people, so I don't see the problem. I'm telling you, there's no way around it, especially if you're trying to talk to their level, when you're trying to bring things to their level. Before you know it, we're talking about school shooting. We're talking
You
about
know,
school
it
shooting.
doesn't matter. The thing about it with black folk is it doesn't matter, because here's the thing. Like, talking to black folk is like talking to retarded children. It literally is.
Yeah.
Like, they never gonna take accountability, right? And they're always gonna take it somewhere crazy. Like, look at this. I've only done stories that happened in the last day. Okay? To this episode. Right? Look at
Right.
this shit. Look at this shit.
A Milwaukee woman says that she was lying in bed watching TV when someone started shooting into her home.
I got so many mixed emotions. I'm frightened. We're frightened to go back to our house.
Police say the shooting happened Sunday right near Glendale and Parkway. This is just south of Hampton Avenue. 12 News' Duke Carter spoke with a woman who's now afraid to go home.
Bullet holes cover the front of this home in a quiet neighborhood just west of Lincoln Park. The 6-year-old who lives there did not want to be identified, but says she was watching TV when gunfire rang out.
I didn't know I was hit until I just felt a lot of blood.
14 evidence markers now cover the front of her home as she recovers in a hospital, shot in the leg.
I got so many mixed emotions. I'm frightened. We're frightened to go back to our house. I was just sitting on my bed watching the news. My back was facing the window. So gunshots just rang out and I just fell to the floor.
Longtime neighbors who have been here in this area for over 30 years tell me that it's relatively tranquil and quiet, and they've never experienced anything like this, a shooting over here.
What happened at that house?
It was a shooting.
What? Oh my gosh, that's so unlike this neighborhood. Really peaceful, loving homeowner.
It's a teen who live over there. There's probably a teen that lives there, or a young man, right?
Shoot, what you don't think it's just a single family home? Son man between the age of 13 and 17 running amok.
I mean, the grandmother, that looked like Granny House. She's 60 years old,
Okay.
and she got a team. One of her daughter's kids is staying there or something. That's what I would think.
Yeah, that's possible.
What's
going on out here?
Shooting.
A shooting. I heard that.
Surveillance video 12 News obtains shows police on scene shortly after the shooting 9 Sunday. The woman hit by gunfire says she doesn't know why anyone would open fire on our house. Has police said anything about like your house being targeted or?
Well, they're still investigating. The police told us that it may be they were the person that lived there before us. It could be that, or they don't know. They're still investigating.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Duke Carter.
Well, that can be a thing too.
They just can't. They can't stop.
Mega Witch Sandwich Shop on Brady Street relies on DoorDash orders, as the owner says it makes up half of their sales.
A lot of students, a lot of young people.
But one order from 3 weeks ago
They started getting hostile right away.
has Adam Awadala questioning whether to cut ties with the company.
Right here on August 16th, employee was standing and there was an order.
Restaurant surveillance video takes us back to the incident on a Wednesday afternoon when Adam says a DoorDash driver became frustrated that the restaurant's policy is Dashers have to confirm the order on the app before taking the food.
He took it personal as if we don't trust him. It has nothing to do with him.
The Dasher's face blurred because he has not yet been charged with the crime. The video doesn't have audio, but you can see by the hand gestures what employees describe as
You can see by the hand gestures, that's a nigga. You can see by the hand gestures, that's a nigga. With a
Honestly,
kufi
I
on his
couldn't
head.
tell.
He got a
is
kufi
that
on
what
his
it-
head.
heated argument
Oh, shit.
turned into an alleged threat, according to Adam.
So the guy said, "Oh, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pop you guys."
The surveillance video shows the driver.
You see what I'm saying? That's a nigga.
What employees describe as a heated argument turned into an alleged threat, according to Adam.
So the guy said, "Oh, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pop you guys."
The surveillance video shows the driver left the restaurant and the area before officers arrived.
My main concern here that this is a family business. This is a family-oriented business. My daughter works here.
Milwaukee police filed this search warrant to DoorDash to determine the driver's identity because his DoorDash account only has an initial for his last name. DoorDash sent TMJ4 this statement that says it has zero tolerance for violence of any kind and is urgently investigating. Back at Mega Witch,
This has to stop.
Adam wants DoorDash to adjust its policies and hiring practices.
They need to do a better job qualifying their workers. They need to do a better job filtering their system from people like that.
Well, here's the problem. Any nigga could act like that, right? So it's like, unless you're just not going to hire niggas. That's basically what he's saying. Press 1. To solve his problem, you just don't hire any niggas. Because no matter what hiring, shit you put in to filter that out, niggas still gonna get through. Well, how do you filter that type of behavior out?
I don't know. Wherever he's from, I don't know where he's from, but he better try and hire in house. Do like them Indians.
Yeah.
Practice a little bit of nepotism.
Yeah, like some man come to your restaurant and you like, yeah, you need to sign in for the order, and then he talk about killing you and shit over that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
what can you do to?
You can't even run a proper business. I don't know why, but first thing that comes to my mind is Goodfellas. Remember Samuel L. Jackson's character in Goodfellas?
Stacks, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they always say you don't ever go outside of the family, and of course they went and got Stacks, and he didn't fuck shit up.
Yeah, he
Just like a nigga
had
would.
to burn up the truck and shit. Yeah. Shit crazy,
That
man.
boy, he got high. He got high. He got high and fell asleep at his old lady house.
Yeah, man.
Straight up nigga shit. it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. I think that's kind of, that's why I think that's why it's like great to be a Sun man, because the soft bigotry of low expectations, you know?
Yeah. It's easier for you to achieve, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. People think so little of me. All I got to do is show up, and that's enough to be successful.
Damn.
Oh God.
Salute the Godfather, man. He says, this story literally sickens me. Why is a man with a long criminal and mental health history allowed to walk the streets free? Iryna Zarutska, only 23, escaped war-torn Ukraine for the safety of America. Our broken system failed her miserably. We need leaders who are tough on crime and criminals. Well, you got Donald Trump and everybody. I mean, you do have a leader at the federal level who's being tough on crime. You do. Like Trump is stepping up and being tough on crime. Trump is doing it. Trump's like, I'll be tough on crime. We got to give Trump credit. He's being tough on crime.
Yeah, he did say something about these are nasty people, and oftentimes, in order to handle these nasty peoples, we have to get nasty ourselves. He said something along those lines, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, you're saying the right things. But
I mean, he sent the National Guard to D.C. and they're in Chicago now. They did touchdown in Chicago.
No, I know. He's having results with his with the talking, so it's just interesting. But I mean, but it doesn't really matter. It's like things to me, it just seems like still things are still just as worse. People are just as bold.
I mean, they can't be everywhere. Like so like they should be in Cleveland, right? They should be in Memphis. You know, they should be in Milwaukee. Like
St. Louis.
They should be anywhere where there's niggas at.
Yeah, they need to be in Houston, honestly. Still got sanctuary cities out here.
Zarutska. Here are the facts that many outlets have shamefully and intentionally failed to report until President Trump drew attention to it. On August 22nd, Iryna Zarutska was stabbed to death on the rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina by a savage career criminal. This is a public transportation system that many in the area use every single day to go to school and work. Iryna was on the train that night traveling home from her job at a pizzeria, still in uniform from her shift. This beautiful, innocent 23-year-old young woman was a Ukrainian refugee who had recently fled her country for a chance at a safer life and a promising new beginning here in the United States of America. But tragically, a public transportation system in a major American city was more dangerous than the active war zone that she left. The president and the entire White House are praying for her family and friends during this unimaginably difficult time. But while we extend our thoughts and prayers, we must also seek justice for this crime and call attention to this heinous incident. Surveillance video of the killing was finally released to the public this past Friday. It shows the alleged killer, DeCarlos Brown Jr., pull out a knife, get up from his seat behind Iryna, and prepare to thrust a blade into her neck before the released footage gets cut. This is pure evil on full display. The most enraging and unacceptable part of this story is that her death was entirely preventable. DeCarlos Brown never should have been on that train that night. In fact, he should have been behind bars. DeCarlos Brown has been charged with crimes no fewer than 14 times, dating back to 2011, including for armed robbery, felony larceny, breaking and entering, and shoplifting. Brown had previously served 5 years in prison for a robbery with a deadly weapon charge, and he had also forfeited bonds 3 different times, twice in 2014 and once in 2023. Despite all of this past documented criminal history, when Brown was arrested yet again in January of this past year, a Democrat judge, who I will add was a strong supporter of former Vice President Kamala Harris, released this insane criminal once again without requiring him to pay any bail. He simply had to sign a written promise to return for his court hearing. Think about how crazy it is to ask a career criminal, someone who by definition repeatedly breaks the law, to just sign a written promise and come back again another day. This is madness. This monster should have been locked up, and Iryna should still be alive. But Democrat politicians, liberal judges, and weak prosecutors would rather virtue signal than lock up criminals and protect their communities.
Hey, man, I mean, she's going hard, man. What more do you want from her?
No, she is. About time. Man,
Dude
hey,
fucked up for a lot of people, man. Because that lick that you get to sign on, you get to sign a promise note. I promise to come back. Yeah, that's he fucked up a good man. The criminals should all whoop his ass, man. He fucked up a good lick, man.
I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that, man, I don't even know what to think, honestly. This dude being out, he was a perfect George Floyd candidate. You know, I guarantee every parole officer he done seen, every CO that he done met, this dude probably done banged, probably done smashed, probably about 2/3 of them. They sending them money and all kinds of shit. I'm trying to tell you.
And perhaps most shamefully of all, the majority of the media, many outlets in this room, decided that her murder was not worth reporting on originally because it does not fit a preferred narrative. Many of the journalists in this room spilled plenty of ink trying to smear Daniel Penny for defending a subway car from a deranged lunatic in New York City, but none of those same reporters lift a finger to write stories about an actual murderer. Here's the truth that every American must know. Too many innocent people across the country continue to pay the price of the failed experiment known as cashless bail that has been championed by the Democrat Party for years. All the way back in 2020, North Carolina's then Democrat Governor Roy Cooper established a so-called task force for racial equity in criminal justice. Sounds nice, but it's not. That task force was co-authored by then Attorney General and current Democrat Governor Josh Stein. It recommended, quote, reimagining public safety to, quote, promote diversion and other alternatives to arrest. It also advised to de-emphasize some felony crimes, prioritize, quote, restorative justice, and eliminate cash bail. Democrats in North Carolina and nationwide are consumed with pushing a woke, soft on crime agenda, no matter how many innocent Americans suffer as a result. Instead of aggressively prosecuting and locking up violent criminals, the Democrat-backed cashless bail approach lets these criminals roam free in our country to offend again and again. These reckless policies have turned too many of American cities into hunting grounds for career criminals who mock our justice system, drain law enforcement resources, and wreak havoc on law-abiding citizens. Enough is enough, and that is why President Trump is doing everything in his power by taking action to undo these absurd policies. The president recently signed a powerful executive order directing the AG to submit a list of states and local jurisdictions with cashless bail policies so that the Trump administration may identify federal funds that are being provided to these states and can potentially be suspended or terminated. President Trump firmly believes that to maintain order in public safety, we must incarcerate individuals whose pending criminal charges or criminal history demonstrate a clear ongoing risk to civil society. This is a common sense and sensible approach that the vast majority of Americans agree with, and it's time for the Democrat Party to get on board with what is right. When these criminals are caught, they must be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and be sent to prison where they can no longer terrorize our streets. This is the mandate the American people delivered to President Trump, and it's a mandate he intends to fulfill.
Wow. This one says libtard. This is libtard. They say Libertad. Okay, Libertad says, I'm retiring tonight. The videos I saw today of the murder of Iryna Zarutska upset me deeply. She bled out and died alone. The murderer deserves the death penalty. My deepest condolences to the family. and may God hold her in His holy glory.
You know what I would like to see punishment? I would like whoever, like, let's just say Ivanka, whatever this chick's name is, like her family members, they get to determine what happens to this man.
Yeah, that would be great. That
Yeah.
the only
Who knows?
problem with that, the only problem with that, yo, is that like the state would have to the state would have to do some wicked things, and like what about like all these like uh wrongfully convicted people and shit? Because
Yeah, that's
niggas
true.
have convinced themselves that like wrongfully convicted means innocent. So all these people that have been getting out the last few years on these wrongful convictions, because that's the DA's offices in all these big cities have gone woke. So they basically got like half of their staff is going through old cases, just trying to find loopholes to get niggas out of jail, right? So yeah, that would be a tricky one with that, but that would be nice. I would love that. Salute to Murray Massa, man. He says Trump said they only understand violence and strength, which is the truth. That judge that released that guy needs to be held accountable. Yeah, I agree. Violence and strength is the only thing that sons that's why they owe all their societies, all their countries are dictatorships, because they find a dictator. If they don't have a dictator, the country's a shithole. Like take South Africa, which is a democracy. Sons can't do democracy. South Africa is a democracy. Nigeria is a democracy. Those are both shitholes.
Yeah.
But everywhere else is a dictator. And they're shitholes, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying, too bad as far as crime. The shitholes as far as infrastructure and quality of life. But the countries that are democracies have terrible crime. This one says Iryna Zarutska had taken refuge in the USA. 23 years old, 50 pounds, soaking wet. Sublime, but she made herself very small to avoid being noticed. Sitting very quietly, she gets her aorta severed for no reason, gratuitously by a guy released 14 times. Our anger is insufficient.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah, I
her
mean,
trying to make herself small, just out of instinct.
yeah.
But she shouldn't have sat over there near those niggas. It was 4 niggas plus him. It was 5 niggas in that back section of that train. She was the only white person back there. She should have never
Yeah.
been back there. But go ahead,
Nah,
go
she
ahead.
shouldn't have. She shouldn't have, but she's Ukrainian. And another thing is her, this whole, and then of course, the whole Black Lives Matter, all that bullshit. But what really makes this whole thing sad is that she is a very small petite woman. It really, I don't know. It just kind of hits a couple. And then she kind of reminds me of my wife, because my wife, even though she's taller, she's like that frame. So my wife makes herself small all the time. And so I don't know. It just looks god awful.
Um,
And I don't know how anybody can tell that she got hit, because it looked like she was in shock, and then that she fell over from being in shock. But there's a pool of blood
she fell
that is
over.
just
It was like 10 seconds and she fell over. Those niggas,
yeah.
what them niggas seen, them niggas that was sitting back there seeing that shit. Iryna Zarutska, 23 years old, Ukrainian refugee in the United States. She was murdered on the train by a repeat offender. The motive, racism. He hates white people. Iryna arrived in the U.S. fleeing war. seeking to save her life and has found death at the hands of a black racist. Whew. Iryna Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee in the USA, stabbed to death by the subject below, arrested 13 times and released. Just as many. All the major U.S. media outlets maintain a shameful silence. The reason? She is white and he is black. The crimes that progressive media's hush up. Wow. Yeah, I guess you can call this stuff racist, but it seems like whites are they're just being white, like accepting everybody for who they are, being nice and kind, and
Yeah, they don't realize that the sun man, sun woman, they want to pull every strand of hair out of that scalp.
yeah, exactly.
They just have no clue.
No clue how much black women hate them. They're gonna come to women. When you think about this girl being a woman, and the majority of the murderers in public being men, yeah, but black women hate white women just for waking up in the morning because white women have that good hair. So black women hate they hate you. How do you satiate that type of hatred? Like if black women just hate your existence, right? You're light skinned and you got good hair. Every white woman is light skinned with good hair. How do you ever fix that hatred? You can never. You can never fix it.
No.
Yeah, it's impossible. Every white woman is light skinned with good hair. You can't. Let's see this though, man. Let's see this situation here. Damn, what did I do? Oh, here it is.
Folks, a lot of black preachers out there who are spending power in terms of what's happening with this white nationalist in the Oval Office. One of them is the pastor, Abyssinian Baptist Church. I came across a clip of this sermon by Dr. Kevin Johnson, and I said, you know what? We need to show a little bit more. So he says it like it TI is regarding the twice impeached, criminally convicted felon-in-chief Donald Trump. Check it out.
There are times, real times, when I've even asked God the question, have you forgotten about us? Over these past 8 months, there have been moments when I've questioned and said, God, where are you in all of this? In fact, if I'm really honest with you today, since January of 2025, there have been times when I feel like we're on this journey all by ourselves. We can't seem to find our Jewish brothers and sisters to support us. We can't seem to find our Hispanic brothers to support us. And even though we warned and we told people what was in Project 2025.
Oh, shut your cook ass
up. Every time we turn around,
number women in there
is doing all he can
uncomfortable Negro
to hurt us, to damage us, to intimidate us, to frustrate us, to upset us, to irritate us, to aggravate us, to anger us, to discourage us, to dampen us, to depress us, to dishearten us, to terrify us, to threaten us, to marginalize us, to exclude us, to diminish us, to silence us, to destroy us. And I want you to know he's even trying to erase us. Beloved, when you look at what's taking place in America, and when you look at how these ICE agents are coming in, they couldn't wear a COVID mask, but yet they'll wear masks when they come into our communities. They're invading our cities and invading our neighborhoods. Yes, there is a sense of this systematically dismantling the very workforce. Beloved, when you hear that there are federal workers who are losing their jobs, don't you know that there have been black families who have sent their children to school and gone on to get a degree all on the federal government's back?
Wake up.
What's up? I'm listening.
Hey, man, get us out of here with this weak
Yo, but
ass.
this is important to hear. Want me to tell you why this is important to hear?
Please tell me.
Because this is in the church, right? A place
Okay.
of moral sanctity, right?
Okay.
And these niggas are making excuses for that fucking savage in their churches.
Wait, he didn't sound like he was just kind of like talking about Project 25 and
it's coming.
all the rest of the Negro babble.
Of federal troops in the cities and dismantling every DEI program, then blaming us for the planes that crashed, saying that it's DEI. When you look at the fact that they are granting asylum to South Africans while banning refugees who are black and brown. And when you look at the fact that they're trying to tell the Smithsonian to stop teaching about how bad slavery was. Yes, it was bad. And guess what? You can't erase all the horror, all the pain, all the suffering that this country has caused to generations and generations of black people in this country.
This is a homosexual agenda.
And I'm sharing this with you today. It's because this past week it hit.
This is the transgender,
when he was
transgender
there in
industrial
the Oval Office
complex.
and talking about sending federal troops into cities, and he had the audacity to say that our young people were born criminals. Beloved, the only criminal I know is the one who has 34 felonies.
Of course,
The only criminal I know is the one who tried to overturn the election. The only criminal I know who has incited a insurrection on January 6th. The only criminal I know is the one who stole classified documents and hid them at his house in Mar-a-Lago. The only person I know who's a criminal is the one who paid hush money to cover up an affair, who is allowing Israel to kill babies and commit genocide in Gaza. That's the person I know. And when you look at what just came out yesterday as it relates to unemployment, do you know that under this president that we now have more unemployed people than we do have people trying to get a job? This is not taking America forward, but this is taking America backwards.
So we want to support the work that we do. Join our Bring the Fun fan club. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing on average $50 each a year. You can't do that. We appreciate what you can give. If you can do more, that'd be great as well. Support us by going to using for Cash App.
Wake up.
Coach, you see it right here, right there on the screen. You also have a credit
Wake
card.
up.
Same thing. PayPal's unfiltered, Venmo's art, and unfiltered.
I'm not.
All right, you can hit the exit button.
I'm listening to Roland Martin, man. The one and only Roland Martin, man.
This is exactly why he shows up in your algorithm. He ain't in my algorithm.
Yeah, I mean,
he's talking about bull. Like, what is this? 2022?
Yeah, it's like it's just when you let them talk.
He's over here.
Like when you let them talk, they go so far deep off the deep end that it's like it's insane.
Yeah, they act like it's 1965. asking for voting rights and shit. What the hell?
So you niggas can't vote. And he get to go down in history as fighting for voting rights.
Yeah, I know.
He get to be a hero, a Black History hero for helping us get our rights, man. Shout out to Roland Martin, man.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, y'all are awful.
Clown.
Let's see. They said they're supposed to be in Chicago already, right?
That's what I heard.
Shout out to Muramasa, man. Muramasa is in the building. Let's see, Chicago. Let's see. Salute to my man Raw Rodriguez, man. Shout out to Raw Rodriguez, man. He says good morning. Yeah. Salute to you, man. What am I doing? I'm looking for what am I looking for? God damn. Oh yeah, Chicago. Let's see what these National Guardsmen, man, have touched down yet, man. I heard they had touched down today, man.
Who want to scream? It's the yuppie white women in Chicago who want to scream about Trump being fascist, yet they keep themselves carefully, safely tucked away in Lincoln
We
Park.
got based Keisha over here.
Come to Woodlawn. And not the cute part. No, go past 63rd. Come to Auburn Gresham. Chatham. Inglewood. Get on your scooter there. And do it about 7 o'clock. Okay. If you're not going to do that, mind your business. It's the yuppie.
Wow.
Hey, she told him. She had to let him know.
And you know what doesn't happen in Chicago? People aren't getting pickpocketed left and right. Like, tourists aren't being assaulted. Tourists aren't being stabbed and shot. It's the fountain. They just missed it. I love when they go under it and all the people scream. I love when they scream. Like, look how cute. And you know what doesn't happen in Chicago? People are
Pretty sure that's a Juice Crew right there.
Wow.
Look at the nose on that one.
Wow.
I thought that chick that you just showed, I took a look. I thought that was Kelly Washington. That's her name, right? Kelly Washington.
You talking about the girl from Destiny Child? Kelly Rowland?
No. The chick that played in Scandal.
Kerry Washington.
Oh, Kerry. Okay. Oh, what did I say? Oh, I said Kelly.
Oh, man, they talking about sending the National Guard to Chicago, man. I'm not gonna lie, this is scary. This is scary. This is scary. This is scary. Send the Marines. Send the Navy. Get chop, bring everything. I want the Army. I want ROTC. I want Oops. I want the tribal chief. Yeet. Yeah. Because Chicago is a hot goddamn mess. I work downtown. I do this every day. I see delinquency. I see violence. I see littering, pollution. I see filth. I see homelessness. I see suffering. Send the whole goddamn fleet.
Chicago thug with a lengthy criminal record beat a 76-year-old man to death at a bus stop before carjacking a grandma and threatening to shoot her grandkids. This is Yeah, this happened, I think, last night.
Surveillance video from the scene shows two people standing at a bus stop near 95th and Halsted. You see the 76-year-old victim hit the suspect, but there's no audio and it's unclear what led up to that point. The man then punches the victim and shoves him to the ground. We paused the video here because it's too disturbing, but the suspect goes on to beat and kick the victim multiple times before eventually walking away.
Battery just occurred 9500 South Halsted at the McDonald's. For a battery victim that was attacked, not moving.
Chicago police responded to the area around 9:15 last night. The 76-year-old man was taken to the hospital and later died. According to a police report obtained by the ABC7I team, that same suspect then carjacked an SUV from a nearby McDonald's. A 60-year-old grandmother says she was inside the restaurant when the man got inside her vehicle while her grandkids were in the back seat and threatened to shoot them.
Hey squad, we have a bona fide carjacking.
According to the police report, the man took off in the stolen vehicle.
And the offender is wearing a tie-dye green sweatshirt, black pants, approximately 30 years of age.
Police in Cherville, Indiana, tracked the SUV down there and took the suspect into custody.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my
Surveillance video from the scene shows two people.
One of my friends.
Come to the front.
Remember how Umbrito's tractor trailer? One of my friends just passed away yesterday. He was at the Bills game. He was at the Bills game. One of my friends passed away.
How did he pass away?
Tractor trailer. Dude was napping and slashed him right behind both cars.
Oh, on the highway?
Yeah.
So a tractor trailer driver rammed into the back of him?
Yep.
So they were stuck in traffic?
Nah, they were floating and the guy just drifted off and boom.
The guy driving the 18-wheeler drifted off into him?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was coming,
man, that's terrible.
yeah. It was coming from the Bills games. Good seats, too, man. My friend was a big Buffalo Bills fan. And
Who was he
I couldn't
with when he
believe it.
died? Who was he with?
They both was driving both separate cars.
Oh, and they both got killed?
Yeah.
Oh, they were driving behind each other?
Yeah, they were just driving. I think Frank was going to PA and my other man's just going back to Newark and Jersey. And I got the text and then they was like, yo, you know these dudes? I'm like, that's my man. And once I saw the article, it's like, Umbrito. I wouldn't say Umbrito, but whatever. I can't say that. But tractor trailers, man, that shit dangerous, man. And I was just, that shit fucked my whole head up, man. Because I know you drive a lot too, Ox, so that's why I like to fly. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's so many. Once you pay attention to it, like there was a traffic jam going like southbound on the highway around here the other day, and when you count the fucking trucks versus cars, the 18-wheelers, it's just as many 18-wheelers as cars.
Yep.
I mean, literally. I mean, every other car. I mean, it's so many 18-wheelers on this on the highway at each time. Delivering shit to fucking Amazon, delivering to grocery stores. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that's something that Trump is trying to do too. Like he just signed a thing where you have to speak English at least. Now at least you got to speak English. So he's made that a lot better.
Young brothers in Chicago, come to the front. Come to the front. I need to talk to y'all right now. Man, find you something safe to do. Find you something safe to do. I've been seeing a lot of y'all post videos trying to warn Trump not to come into Chicago. I don't know if y'all deaf, dumb, or crazy. So find you something safe to do. I'm going to be real with y'all. Y'all only got two options. Two options. Either be unalive, badly, over unalive, or get sent to prison with so much time that you'll be unalive there. That's the only two options you got. To think that you finna go to war with switches
against the federal government, you got to be so far gone in the mind or to think that you got a chance to beat the U.S. military, the National Guard, in a combat, and you have no experience whatsoever in a combat situation.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you can just arrest those niggas. Like you don't have to fight against those wines. You just send a SWAT team to their house to arrest them, or a felony apprehension unit, and arrest all of them. Like you don't have to fight them in the street. Arrest all of them. Niggas is dumb. Niggas are so dumb. They say shit like we're gonna fight against. They just go to your house and arrest you, and it'll be over. The war will be over, just like that. 10 minutes.
That boosts our property value. If Trump brings the National Guards to Chicago, and if crime stays down for so long, that boosts our property value. And by all of our houses, all of our communities, our hoods, our traps, because they all sit on prime real estate, you need to look up what prime real estate is. That makes your house that was in the family go from 15, 20, 30, 40,000 or 80,000 all the way up to 100,000, 150, 200 and up. If he brings the military here and if he shuts down the crime and keeps it peaceful for so long. And by being peaceful, you're able to think. And then by the military being here with ICE and ICE removing the the migrants who were benefiting from programs that we could have been using and getting all of this extra money and who came here.
Whatever. Let's see. Oh God, Jasmine Crockett, yikes.
So what I'm noticing on the internet right now is there's a lot of there's black men talking about they ready for the National Guard to come in. They got switches. They got over 100,000 gangs. Chicago is ready, and I'm like, you think your black ass is ready for the U.S. Armed fucking Forces and the National Guard? Are you for real? Your 2-block range is not gonna go against motherfuckers who have night vision goggles and fucking tanks and drones, you fucking idiot. Bro, you can't even shoot a nigga without spraying up your grandma's porch. Okay, these men are trained to shoot a fly's wings from 800 yards away. Do you know what you're asking for? Do you understand? I don't think you do. This is really not funny. But I'm so fucking embarrassed. These men are used to training in fucking jungles.
It's embarrassing that niggas think that they could do that because it's like it just shows how stupid niggas are. It highlights how dumb niggas are to even think that like they could take on a tactical unit of any kind. When they literally can't even keep their fucking pants up.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, but this has been,
can't keep their pants on their ass.
This has been a long time coming for a long time. So I'm kind of ready for things to kind of hit the fan. And can I ask you, what do you think? Because of course, when the whole DC thing happened, we saw how the National Guard was acting. They're throwing the football around with people in the neighborhoods. What do you think? Do you think that we would see, those on-air shootouts type things, like
You would see niggas running for the hills. You would see niggas be getting blown up and niggas body parts being strewn everywhere, and it would last one day. It wouldn't be long.
Right. Okay.
These niggas would be taken out in one day. All of them.
Yeah. So
because
you
the rest
can't
of
see
them are
these
going to, they're
people.
cowards. You remember, these people are cowards.
They
These
are.
niggas, the average black gangbanger, and a lot of people don't really know this, like, I'll give them this. They're tough, like in the way of like a bully. they're tough like a bully's tough, right? But like they can't do shit with the Latin gangs. Nothing with the Latin gangs. In prison, they can't do shit with the white gangs.
Yeah.
Like blacks never do well as a collective
It's kind
against
of like
another.
Africa. It's like they
Against
need free
another.
stuff.
Yeah,
Free stuff, free stuff.
They can't do well as a collective against another collective. Like the only war an African country can win is against another African country. An African country couldn't beat a fucking Vietnam, Laos, Tibet. They couldn't beat goddamn Papua New Guinea. They couldn't beat an African nation. Couldn't beat motherfucking Venezuela, Guyana.
Well,
Bolivia.
Venezuela. I think they got a puncher's chance with Venezuela. I think a puncher's
Nah.
No, I don't think so.
African
I mean-
countries will get mopped, the floor mopped with them.
I just said a puncher's chance because the Venezuela army is they're not that smart. They're willing to sacrifice their bodies, yes, but they're not that tactical as you think they are.
So, salute to everybody out there, man. We got how many we got in the building? We got 167 watching on X, and we got 227 watching on YouTube. Let's see what else is going on out here in these streets, man. What these sons is doing, man. These is absolutely. Here you go again. They're looking for this guy. We'll touch on this again.
Security video obtained by Pix 11 News shows the suspect and his unwitting victim pass each other Monday around 10 a.m. in their bucolic Belrose, Queens neighborhood. Then suddenly, police say Jamel McGriff doubles back and asks 76-year-old Frank Olton for help.
The suspect claimed that he needed assistance, that his phone battery was dead.
The video continues as Mr. Olton allows the suspect inside his home on 254th Street. Investigators say Olton and his 78-year-old wife, Maureen, were then robbed and tortured for 5 hours.
Mr. Olton was found in the basement, tied to a pole with multiple stab wounds. Mrs. Olton was found on the first floor, severely burned.
Video from just after 3 p.m. shows who police say is McGriff leaving the double murder scene, and then the house bursts into flames. The couple's son is an EMT in the neighborhood and was first to respond. By the time investigators realized the couple had been murdered, McGriff was gone. They allege the Oltons' house wasn't the first he targeted. Police now say the suspect actually went through the neighborhood, casing different homes. In fact, he knocked on a door right here on this street, but the woman who lives there told him to go away. The 42-year-old has a long rap sheet dating back 3 decades, evident by his many mugshots. He's a registered sex offender and on parole for a sex assault in Manhattan. Sources say he stabbed someone while behind bars on Rikers Island. McGriff's also wanted for 2 armed robberies in Manhattan from July and August. Neighbors of the victims both fearful.
This has been a quiet neighborhood. I've been here for almost 50 years.
And feeling awful for the family of his alleged victims.
It's devastating. They were nice people.
He'd help you out if you needed something.
And on Facebook, a victim's relative wrote, quote, "This is truly insane and horrible news. We're praying NYPD catches this piece of human waste quickly before he does any more harm to anyone. God bless the family and ease their suffering." I reached out to the couple's son tonight. He declined to comment.
Wow. This is a huge story, man. That's a huge story right there, man. 78-year-old couple burned to death in their own home. That's a huge story. I hope they picked that one up too. I hope that, that moves. If you guys can help by sharing these videos, man, we need 10 people to share this stream. When you guys share this stream, you get a lot of stories out there that everybody can't get to. Everybody can't get to all this shit, man. They can't get to all this shit, man. It's too much shit. Niggas do too much stuff, man.
Yeah.
Niggas do too much stuff. They you can't keep up with it. Let's see. What's this? Media ignores. Is this Nick DiPaolo? Okay, yeah, I ain't fucking with him right now. He's good, but I ain't messing with him right now. So much stuff we do, man. God damn.
Fox 45 News continues to hear from people feeling the impact of juvenile crime, including a woman who says that she witnessed a group of teens trying to steal a car in Brewers Hill this morning. Fox 45 News' Vincent Hill is live right now with her comments and a closer look at the surveillance video. Vincent?
Okay, Baltimore police are investigating several calls of attempted auto theft and an auto theft, and one woman says her dog may have stopped another. In the Brewers Hill neighborhood,
So I was walking the dogs before the gym this morning, and we came around the corner here.
a dog walk turned into a crime in progress for this resident.
Saw a kid hop into the passenger side door of a car real quick.
Doorbell camera footage captures what happens just minutes before. Watch as this white Hyundai pulls next to a brown Hyundai. Then someone gets out. The camera then shows two individuals dressed in dark clothing approach that brown Hyundai and appear to punch out the lock. That's when this resident walked by.
Walking past the car, I looked in, and I could see that there was somebody else in the driver's seat with some long, it looked kind of like a screwdriver there messing with the ignition.
Taking matters into her own hands.
I opened the car door, and I was just like, is this your car?
She says the kids then ran off, likely because of her 1-year-old pit bull, Remy.
Yeah, I can't take all the credit. And so he put his nose in the car, scared the kid, and so he scrambled out of the driver's side. They both ran out, and they had a car sitting right here in the alley as their getaway.
She captured this video on her cell phone as they sped off in that white Hyundai. A brazen crime in broad daylight.
They weren't discreet about it at all. I was like, it was broad daylight. It was like just past 7.
Meanwhile, Baltimore police responding to another report of an attempted auto theft minutes later. Listen to the description.
Cortland Bank. There's attempted vehicle theft, a white vehicle. The suspect's number 1 male with a black hoodie.
Police also say a Hyundai Sonata was taken around 1 o'clock Tuesday morning. However, they're not sure if all 3 incidents are related and if the suspects were juveniles.
So like, and I'm gonna get to you next, Masa. I got it pulled up. So here's what happens. Let me show you what happens, right? This how niggas ruin everything, right? So those niggas don't live in this lovely neighborhood, right? They're using this neighborhood as fertile hunting grounds, right? So those 3 crimes that just happened in this white neighborhood. So 1, that lowers the property value because when the zip codes, they look at the crime that goes on in a certain area, zip codes, and they determine that has some determination on property values, things like that, right? So by these crimes happening in that area, that area becomes a higher crime area, right? Than it normally would be, right? And then niggas get to say, "Shit, look at the stats. They commit crime over there too. It was X amount of crime done in that white neighborhood." No, it's you niggers going over there committing those crimes. So
They
it
never
looks like
understand this part.
when you look at the crime stats for each neighborhood in Baltimore, you look at this neighborhood and you're like, damn, they got crime over there too, and you assume that it's white people because it's a white neighborhood. They had 20 carjackings over there too, where them white people live at. Yeah, because that's where you niggas hunt at. Press 1. Niggas ruin everything.
Daylight. It was like just past 7.
Meanwhile, Baltimore police responding to another report of an attempted auto theft minutes later. Listen to the description.
Portland Bank. There's attempted vehicle theft, a white vehicle. The suspect's number 1 male with a black hoodie.
Police also say a Hyundai Sonata was taken around 1 o'clock Tuesday morning. However, they're not sure if all 3 incidents are related and if the suspects were juveniles. But the woman who came face to face with them says they more than likely were.
Probably 16, and the other one was maybe 12, 13. He looked pretty young.
This crime, once again spotlighting juvenile crime and frustration from residents.
I just don't really understand it. I mean, I'm sure it would be helpful if there were harsher consequences.
And so far, no arrests have been made in either of those 3 cases.
Now remember, crime is down in Baltimore. Crime is down. I'm sure it doesn't feel like it for these people. So whatever statistic you show them, it doesn't feel like it. Teresa Stokes, the DEI-appointed magistrate judge who isn't even admitted to the North Carolina bar and released DeCarlos Brown Jr. before he brutally murdered Ukrainian refugee Iryna Zarutska. I'm going to get it right one day. Is married to a woman. She's a lesbian, but not just any lesbian. Teresa Ann Stokes and Iryna Rosaline Ballard applied for a marriage license in Ingham County, Michigan in April of 2019. Teresa and Iryna are a married couple that apparently enjoys working together. In 2021, they were working together at their halfway house fried chicken joint, Wing Heaven Sports Haven in Lansing, Michigan. And they are both directors of Pinnacle Recovery Group, a nonprofit corporation in Lansing, Michigan. Since the married lesbian couple relocated to North Carolina, Teresa Stokes was appointed as Mecklenburg County Magistrate. And her wife, Iryna Ballard, is a healthcare provider affiliated with a Charlotte, North Carolina mental health and addiction clinic that specializes in court-ordered evaluations. It's worth mentioning that Charlotte, North Carolina is located in Mecklenburg County, within the same jurisdiction that her magistrate wife presides over. This is extreme connection deserves further scrutiny. Did they coordinate in their respective professions? Perhaps there should be an investigation into these mental health and addiction court evaluations overseen by Teresa Stokes' wife. How convenient for her wife that she is married to a magistrate judge with a soft spot for violent criminals and drug addicts. Very alarming. See, y'all, I'm not the only one that falls asleep. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. Who is that? TR? Falling asleep, man. TR fell asleep, man.
You got to mute.
You hear him snoring? Listen to this nigga snoring.
I hear him. He just muted though now.
Oh. Man. See, it ain't just me, man. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So is this her husband? I mean her wife, whatever the fuck. Jeez, look at her wife. Fuck. These some dykes. These some fucking hardcore dykes, man. Let's see this one. Here go the video you want to see. Yikes. Look at these dykes, man. This lady's a judge.
Wing Heaven Sports Haven has everything you'd expect from a sports bar. Big screen TVs, boneless wings, and pool tables. The one thing it doesn't have? Alcohol.
Is BW
Oh man, it's some rug munchers.
alcohol.
Teresa Stokes is the co-owner of Wing Heaven Sports Haven, Michigan's first sober bar. Before venturing into the restaurant business, Stokes and Iryna Branscombe ran Pinnacle Recovery Services, a Lansing nonprofit housing program for underserved communities. Branscombe says their work at Pinnacle helped her understand the needs of people recovering from addiction.
Not only do they need housing, but they need, social activities and other things to do other than just have a nice place to live.
We actually talked to that population, said, hey, where are you guys going to go when you want to hang out with your kids and, include them into your recovery? And they had nowhere to go. So that's where this idea came from.
Stokes says COVID-19 has made recovery even more isolating.
Even the AA and NA clubs were closed during this pandemic. So they were sort of on their own additional lockdown. So that social piece had become so important to them.
For Stokes, it's deeply important too.
In 2020, I lost a brother and a nephew, father and son, 9 months and 5 days apart to the same overdose. So it's personal. We wanted to create a very safe place.
Branscombe, who will be 10 years sober in September, hopes Wing Heaven Sports Haven will help destigmatize people in recovery.
Everybody deserves an opportunity to recover regardless of what the substance or the drug or the addiction is.
It could be your very first minute, your very first hour, your very first day. If this place is going to make you feel safe, come in.
Reporting in your Lansing neighborhood, Keisha Young for Fox 47 News.
Wow. That's the judge. Now
Wing Heaven Sports Haven has everything.
Another state. Yikes. Jeez. She's presiding over cases that Jesus Christ.
Got millions of free child place holidays available with 22 kilograms of baggage included.
Air France spraying air freshener on a Nigerian flight is insane behavior. No. Them niggas don't use deodorant. Nigerians use cologne. They don't use deodorant. They just lap cologne. They take a shower and then put cologne on. They don't understand how it works with the underarms. They still don't know. Like, that just shows you how crazy it is. Like, they still don't know.
You shot?
Yeah. Fuck, who just shot you? Some folks in this store drunk, bro. Fuck.
They just shot you?
Yes. Man, fuck.
Call the ambulance. Call the police.
Work, man. Fuck.
I gotta work, man.
Hey. Hey. He shot. He just got shot.
I don't know, bro. They shot me in the store, man. Fuck. They shot me in that store across the street. That corner store. You got this. Fuck, bro. Oh, get me on the stretcher, bro. It burned, bro. It burned. I'm a nurse. Where they shot him at? In my back, in my leg. In my leg, in my back. I can't move.
Be still, man.
You can feel your leg?
No, it hurt. It burns. I can't move. I don't see no blood in your head. I can't move. It's twisted. Don't try right now, bro. Relax. Relax. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Yeah, just be cool. Don't panic. Be cool. Be cool. You know you good.
What did I say? Yeah, he gone.
In the store, man. He bumped me. I said,
No guys around.
I said, get out my face. He just went up. Oh. You're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right. It's all on camera, Pippin. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get back, guys.
Brandon Tater.
Anyone see anything? Anyone see anything?
No.
Back up. Let's get back, guys.
Just a random encounter. He said he's walking out the store. Dude bumped him. He said, man, don't bump. Watch where you're going. And the dude just pulled out a gun and shot him. Sounds about right. Salute, man. Salute to my man. How dare you? He says, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, man. They got a nice ring to it.
Okay, y'all. So I want to address something. So white people think that they don't need to be sorry for anything that their ancestors did. They don't need to right wrongs that their ancestors did. They think that, at least when it comes to Black people, they think that it has nothing to do with them and that it's their free from any kind of judgment because of it. But the fact is that you as white people are obligated to right wrongs that your ancestors did.
Oh my God.
You're obligated to do that.
Unbelievable. The obsession.
And you have done it for every other ethnicity, if you will.
Save us, white people. Save us, white
yeah,
man.
you should feel bad because you have not corrected wrongs that your ancestors did. The responsibility falls on your shoulders. And you shouldn't be sleeping good at night. And you should feel guilty because you have the ability to right wrongs. And so now I see these videos about white people wanting Black people to stop talking about it and don't make me feel bad about myself. And I'm not a bad person. And yes, you are. You absolutely are. You are, because you have chosen not to right wrongs that you know that your ancestors did, that you know that benefit you. And we as Black people, we're not going to stop talking about it. We're not going to stop reminding you. We're not going to stop. If you don't want to hear it, too bad, because you can't shut us up. And so you want to feel good about yourself, but you're not going to feel good about yourself because we're going to constantly remind you of your responsibility and your obligation to right the wrongs that have
This
been
is
done
Negro babble.
to our ancestors. And not just our
Negress
ancestors,
babble.
the wrongs that are still being done to Black people. And you are well aware of them. You are well aware of how Black people are being treated. That's why you voted for Trump. So yeah, that's what it is.
Most educated.
Wow, this woman is
Okay, y'all.
typical.
So I want to
She's
address something.
typical. That's the
She's
scary
going
part.
places.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
damn.
She's gonna be writing poetry.
Damn. It says, oh, they're starting to talk about this one. Okay. Online. This one says, breaking update. Man accused of stabbing an elderly couple and setting their bodies on fire is a 3-time sex offender with a 30-year violent criminal history. It was out on parole for first-degree robbery. Damn. They talking about this one online. Jeez. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the bandwidth though. Jeez. Jesus Christ. Weirdo.
Some another one of them Democratic homosexuals.
Geographic putting out, I'm telling you, like a baby. Huh? To hell with what National Geographic putting out. I'm telling you to your face here tonight, we gonna have to kill some little Penelopes and some little Robbies. You wanna be free, don't you? Y'all bullshit me. Not sounding like that. Why we gotta kill them? Kill them all. You don't want to be free sounding like that. Do you want to be free? Yeah. Do you want to be free? Yes, sir. Do you want to be free? Yeah. That's why I got to fight this crap. Regardless of how you feel about me. Regardless of how anybody in this damn world feels about me. I'm going to fight this goddamn white man, whether you like it or not. I believe in the death and destruction of white people, each and every one of them. Don't give a damn if the little bastard just came out of his mom's womb 3 seconds ago. Kill them all.
I bet you he was an FBI informant.
Yeah.
Just like Judas from the Black Messiah.
Jeez. Wow. I think we've done as much as we can do here tonight, man. I guess I'll do a daytime show tomorrow again too, man. Yeah, I'll do a daytime show tomorrow, man. Great job, guys, man. Great job, you guys, man. Salute to you all, you guys, for sharing the video, and whatnot, man. Supporting the channel. Arc Nation really appreciates all you guys, man. Make sure you subscribe, whatever platform you're watching on. We'll cover this tomorrow, man. Hopefully there'll be some new developments, man. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here.
Salute, dog. Salute.